If you haven't watched the first part of our investigation at the Old Historic Harriman Hospital, we recommend watching it before viewing this. It is believed that revisiting a location previously investigated increases the likelihood of spirits making their presence known, as they become more comfortable with you. This theory was confirmed as the spirits indeed made their presence known.
There's a storm coming in, which means we can't stay a real long time. We have to go. And that you certainly have a lot of visitors, don't you? Hang out with the kids for a little bit. Nick is downstairs.
But the temperature is going crazy on it, and we're trying to figure out if it's something around it or...
Using Catherine as a trigger object again. She's not even here.
The second time it went off, it was pointed away from me.
As a snowstorm approaches our area, and only a certain amount of time to investigate, Amy and I devised a game plan strategically placing our equipment in familiar and new areas. We revisited the makeshift morgue, hoping to capture evidence this time of the grumpy old man with the static digital recorder. We stationed a static camera in the ER imaging room, aiming to document new evidence. Amy positioned a static camera in the second floor OR, where I had previously witnessed a mysterious black shadow figure during our initial investigation. Additionally, she set up a digital recorder with the hope of capturing evidence of the elusive figure. As Amy adjusted the tripod, she caught sight of an intriguing anomaly moving from right to left through the viewfinder. We're eager to reveal more about this, so stay tuned for the full story. We definitely intended to set up a stationary camera once more in the old green operating room, and we had no idea what we would capture in this area later this evening. Exploring uncharted areas, we strategically set up equipment in 2 new spots on the first floor. We focus on offices with reported apparitions coming and going, and Joanna's desk. Joanna, a former nurse, hoped to spend eternity at the hospital she loved, making these ideal spots for further investigation tonight. With our static equipment in place, we began our exploration of the 4th floor of the new building. This area had remained unexplored during our last visit to the hospital.
What's up the cat ball?
I almost kicked another cat ball. So, we just did a quick EVP session. Nothing from that, correct, Amy? We hope that, there it goes.
We're on the 4th floor.
There's the first light.
That's called air light.
No, that's the first light.
Is it?
I think so.
No, I think it's...
I'm going to come forward.
Is that you?
Is that you?
We're on the 4th floor at the nurses' station ICU with an EVP. And the REM pod is blinking.
There it goes.
I'll be right back.
Hey, turn that camera on the tripod around. Have it face towards me, please. I'm just getting closer so I can film you. I'm going to continue to get closer.
That's the cold air light. I tell you what, I've got a cat ball here. I'll put it out here too.
Oh yeah. No? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, that's
just the cold air light.
Well, why don't we turn... Well, we can leave it on.
What do you want to do?
I was just going to turn the temp off.
Well, I don't know how to turn the temp off.
It's underneath. Turn your light back on. There you go. It's off. So, we just did a quick EVP session. Nothing from that, correct, Amy?
Correct.
And we just reset the REM pod. I don't know if something around it is influencing it or there's an actual entity messing with it. So we reset it. And I think we turned the temperature gauge off. It is extremely cold in here. It's probably about 40 degrees. We got the
Try spirit box.
okay.
It's ready. Agony, waiting for connection. Bluetooth mode.
Come sit on this gurney.
AUX mode.
Oh, the hot.
What do you want me to do?
But I would sit on the bed. I need this chair here.
This is spirit box, 4th floor ICU. And that's me getting on the bed.
Got the millimeter. I forgot the attendant to show the temperature in here.
And
Sorry.
I'm gonna go back downstairs. Can somebody come help me, please? I'm very sick and I need some help.
I just heard a noise from up there.
I need a nurse, please. Really could use some help up here.
She needs your help ASAP.
Can you tell me what kind of medicine I'm on? I can hear a couple of things, but I don't.
You know what's crazy? That response right there sounded like me.
It did a little bit.
I don't know if I'm gonna play that back and see if but that voice sounded like me.
Are you making fun of Nick?
Are you my doppelganger?
Looks like there's none of those around here.
Yeah, we don't want that. But are you a spirit that mocks
Or mimics?
or mimics?
I'm Amy. This is Nick.
You know, we always forget to introduce
Well, we
ourselves.
did want that.
While Amy and I were on the 4th floor, downstairs on the 1st floor in the makeshift morgue where our static digital recorder had been placed, we hear a sudden bang. accompanied by a series of taps, then leading to the chilling sound of residual heartbeats. Following the eerie heartbeat sounds, it was only after adjusting the audio gain to enhance the heartbeat noise that a faint voice saying, "Hey," was heard.
We're getting stuff through the spirit box.
Is there a doctor here that could help me, please?
Are there any medical codes that you want us to write in the patient's chart? That's me. Did it say nope?
I think it said codes.
Codes? Nope. Codes?
Can
Interesting.
you give me the medical code for what was wrong with this patient, please?
We can't file the patient's chart until we get it updated. Can you help us with that? Sounded like something there.
What's for dinner tonight? When are they going to bring dinner?
Anything from the millimeter?
Can you come sit down beside me and talk to me about what's wrong with you, please? You just sit right here next to me. Tell me what's wrong. Were there a lot of machines on you when you were here? Sound like a good beginning.
Are you pressing stop? Okay, so
End of EVP session. What?
I keep forgetting that you have the EVP going.
It's okay. I'm gonna go get the office.
Oh, there you go. All right, so we did get a few things from the spirit box, but however, we're unable to figure out exactly what was said. So in post-production, we'll figure that out and see what happens or what was said in the or through the spirit box. All right, so Amy is getting the ovulus ready.
I guess I didn't bring it.
Okay, why don't we pause and go get a few things, and we'll come back up.
And a flashlight.
Amy and I decided to return to base for a brief break, gather additional equipment, and then proceed back to the 4th floor to resume our investigation. Fortunately, I left the camera rolling as we departed on the nurse's station. During the 9 minutes that we were away, the footage captured 11 instances of what seemed to be unexplained footsteps, bangs, and more within a span of 5 minutes. Here are the timestamps from the video. Take a listen. During our absence, we unknowingly captured an active area on our camera at the nurse's station, which we only discovered when we reviewed the footage at home.
All right, so Amy and I catching our breaths. So we went downstairs to get a few more pieces of equipment, and won the attendant on the meter to see the temperature. It is currently 46 degrees up on the 4th floor. We do have base layers on to keep warm, and so far with going up and down flights of stairs, we've been...
There's no getting cold around here.
Yeah, definitely no
Nobody
good.
got time for that.
So,
Amy and I began the second part of our investigation on the 4th floor, but for the next 15 minutes, all activity ceased, with only a few words coming through on our Ovilus 5 and no significant findings during the digital recorder playback. We then decided to shift our focus to Joanna's desk in another part of the hospital.
Yeah, tell me about Joanna.
Oh, she was a cardiac nurse. She absolutely loved her job. She was really, really good with her job. She was really, really good to her patients. And if her staff did not treat her patients correctly, then she would kind of throw a temper tantrum sometimes. They said.
Does she still do that? Have you seen her throw?
I've not had any interactions with Joanna, actually.
Okay.
So.
Oh. Is this where you used to sit? And you said that you did not like it when people sat in your chair. Was this where you hung out, Joanna? I heard that you loved your job so much that you never wanted to leave here, and that you didn't. But you died here, and then you just stayed here. Is this true?
For the next 10 minutes, Amy moves around Joanna's vicinity using the SLS camera in an attempt to elicit a response. At the same time, she utilizes the digital recorder, hoping to capture any EVPs. It wasn't until Amy returned to Joanna's desk that the activity commenced.
Put that on your chair, see if you sit down in your chair. Joanna, are you here with us tonight? Tell me about your patients. How did you really care about your patients and want them to get good treatment? Do you want me to do a listen back? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
As Amy was reviewing the digital recorder, my camera and audio suddenly stopped working. However, our other stationary camera and SLS camera were still functioning without audio. During the initial playback of the digital recorder, we noticed a stick figure on the SLS standing against the door. Amy then turned the SLS camera to the right and observed the stick figure sitting in the chair. Over the next few minutes, the stick figure crossed its legs, then one leg, and reached towards the bookshelf. After grabbing something from the bookshelf, it appeared to be reading or examining the item. I approached the stick figure, extended my hand to shake hands, but it seemed to back away in fear and eventually disappeared. We initially thought we had the right chair, but it seems it was the other chair. Could this be Joanna making an appearance and turning off some of our equipment from earlier? Let us know. Before we proceed further, during our initial investigation in the adjacent room while using the Estes method, a spirit requested us via the spirit box to play Beethoven. I heard play Beethoven.
Play Beethoven? I don't know that I have any Beethoven. I can try.
Recognizing the fondness of the spirit for classical music, Amy chose to enhance the atmosphere with further classical pieces. This decision sets the stage for a potentially remarkable occurrence we are on the brink of capturing.
Were you 80? Soup? Starve? You want some soup? Are you starving? Well, if you come... Here, why don't you take that? If you'll come out and show yourself, I can see about going to the cafeteria and see if they can bring some soup up. Can you go over to the music?
What are you trying to guess? And religion. Are you trying to guess a religion? Help us understand what it is you're trying to guess.
Hello, is that you? Do you like that music? Little video looks like it's playing the violin.
It just said form and material.
Are you playing the violin? Is that? Or is that the door that's mad? Is that you? Did you play the violin? Well, hello.
Where is it coming from?
It's right out here. It's over this chair. Are you trying to sit in the chair? Why don't you walk to the door then? Just walk to the door. There's Nick. Can you go over and touch him?
Where?
He's at the door.
W-E-A-R.
Where? He's wearing a black hat.
I'm to your left from the chair.
He is not going away. Are you still there? Yeah, he's still there. No, he's gone now. So for a moment it looked like he was playing the violin.
Whoa, that's awesome. Well, thank you for...
Yeah, thank you for showing yourself.
Sure.
I'll see if I can find some soup. Were you the one that wanted soup? You know, I like soup too. He's gone now. Thank you for showing yourself. Where did you go? Did you go in this room?
For the next 20 minutes, we persisted with our investigation in the same location, using the SLS camera, but no stick figures appeared. Despite our continued efforts in questioning to elicit a response from any spirits, our endeavors proved unsuccessful. Subsequently, we proceeded with the Nessus method. Throughout the session, both the spirit box and the SLS camera did not yield any results while pointed at Amy. It wasn't until after the Estes method that, while walking around with the SLS camera once more, a figure reappeared in the same corner. We were astonished by the stick figure's actions, as it seemed to be mimicking the act of playing the violin once again.
Yeah, see, I'm not mapping anything there now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was legit. And the way he was kind of doing this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When they were... You'll see when you review it. And he was kind of like that.
That's some good evidence then.
Yeah. Oh, there he is again. Hey there. Just
Look
like
at
that. You're doing it again, aren't you? Thank you for showing us again. See how he's... You like that little corner, don't you? What's your name? Are you the huffer? Does you see how he's doing his little...
Mm-hmm.
Can you walk slowly toward him?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to look down into the chair? Hey, can you, Nick's coming close, don't be scared. Can you reach out and touch Nick? Can you touch him? He's put his hand out.
Are you, can I feel your presence?
Can you reach out? No, you don't have to be scared. No, come on, you can go.
Oh, that feels weird. That feels really weird.
Did he touch you? Looked like he was touching you.
I felt tingly.
Oh yeah? Well, he was.
My
when
index.
you said that, he was reaching his hand out.
My index
Maybe he
finger.
doesn't know.
Thank you for letting me feel your presence.
Can you do it one more time? Let's get it close to you. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, don't tell me. I feel my left side.
Yeah. Where was it?
My arm.
He was arm and head. He's gone.
I felt it. I felt it.
He was really slowing out like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you said, oh my gosh, that tingles, that was when he was really close to your hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for showing yourself again.
That felt weird. Not like
Not scary. Weird.
not scary weird. It's just
Energy.
energy. If you know, like when you, do you know that little ball with the energy inside of it, and you touch it?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It felt like when I reached my hand out, and let's say if there was an actual ball there, and I put my finger on the ball, and you can see the electricity. Well, that's what it felt like. So, again, thank you for allowing you to make yourself known and communicate with us, reaching out to me personally. So thank you. I appreciate your presence.
And we hope that you're content here, and that you certainly have a lot of visitors, don't you? But you like the Beethoven, don't you? Are you a Beethoven lover? I think he is.
Mm-hmm.
Or she.
There's Beethoven lovers here.
Yep. But yeah, see, I'm not getting it at all now. So it's not just mapping the corner.
After completing our exploration of the Old Green operating room, and with limited time remaining due to the snowstorm directly above us, Amy and I decided to split up. She embarked on a solo investigation in the nursery, while I gathered equipment throughout the hospital. As Amy set up in the nursery, Here's a glimpse of evidence from our initial investigation. What's your favorite toy?
Which toy in here is your favorite? Christmas is coming up. What do you want for Christmas? That's what he said.
Amy engaged energetically in an attempt to provoke a response from any entities that were present. We observed the temperature gauge on the REM pod dropping multiple times, indicating a 5-degree decrease. Additionally, Amy utilized an Ovilus 5, revealing a response suggesting a spirit's reluctance to see her go.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed them. And we'll be back someday, and I'll bring you more toys, okay, when I come back. Sound good? Sound like a deal? You want me to have a seat? I don't have time, I'm sorry. I wanted to come up here and hang out with the kids for a little bit. Nick is downstairs. It's snowing outside, and I think we might try to sneak out a little early, which doesn't make me happy because I really, really like this place. But I'm going to hang out here for a little while with the kids. I'll set the camera down right quick, and I'll reposition that in a minute. Here's there's the toy I brought the last time for the little kitties, one of them. And the other one is the truck right there. And I brought another couple of things for you guys. In the children's room, we've got a music box out there that you could play with. There's a cat ball out there. We also have this REM pod here. If you could, you can make it go off too. We saw some people down in the operating room a little bit ago. Oh, thank you. Hello. Hi. Wow. Who's out there? I'm going to move. Make sure that's not me setting that off. Wow. Can you make it stop? To let me know that it's you? Can you make it stop? Can you step away for just a second?
After several minutes of Amy sitting in the chair, asking questions in an attempt to elicit a response, the paranormal music box remained silent. After the paranormal music box went off, Amy determined to ensure it wasn't her and adjusted the position of the device.
For just a second. To make absolutely sure that it wasn't me tripping that. That was really cool. It's the first time the music box has gone off. I just wanted to make sure that it's legit and not just going off and going off and going off just for whatever reason. Okay.
Once she had repositioned the paranormal music box, Amy retrieved a children's book that she had brought alongside the spirit box. She began using it, reading aloud in the hopes of inviting a childlike spirit to communicate with her.
First one is dog says, what does the dog say? You tell me what the dog says? The dog says, woof, woof. And what does the cat say? The cat says, you know what the cat says? The cat says, meow. Sheep says, you guys know what the sheep says? The sheep says, bah. Can you tell me what the horse says? What the horse says? I used to have horses, like this horse right here. What does this horsey say? Horsey says, nay! Frog says, what does frog say? Frog says, ribbit, ribbit. Then pig says, what does pig say? Pig says, oink, 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 oink. What does the lion say? Lion says, rawr. And finally, what does the mouse say? You know what a mouse says? It says, sweet, 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 sweet. So I have this little book here, and you guys can read it, or somebody else can read it to you.
After completing the book without any responses from the spirit box, Amy opted to venture into the hallway. As she entered, a mist-like anomaly caught on her camera, seemingly shifting and avoiding her presence.
Get up and down the hallway. The music box will probably go off. Yep, that's me.
Again, this mist-like anomaly is fast, and I almost missed seeing this in my initial playback. I'm going to slow down and eventually pause this video so you can see what it is we're seeing. This mist-like anomaly almost has like a worm-like figure and bends as it floats away from Amy. Shortly after Amy had set up, the audio connection to the camera came loose. The sound you've been hearing during Amy's investigation in the kids' room is actually from the digital recorder she had started at the beginning. I meticulously synchronized this audio from the digital recorder with the video during post-production. Eventually, after Amy moved into the hallway, you will hear and notice the camera shutting off as the battery dies. Thankfully, Amy's quick thinking with the digital recorder saved the entire audio recording from being lost. As Amy transitioned to the hallway, approximately 10 minutes later while she continued her investigation, the music box mysteriously began playing once more.
Trying to scare me? If you were, come make it go off again. I would love it. I think it. Are you coming over here? Hey, thought I heard you a minute ago. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you here with me? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What's your name? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming out and validating that. Can you make it stop? Can you move away from it for just a second? Please? Can you please move away from it for a second?
We understand that without visual evidence, the choice to believe us or not rests entirely with you. Amy and I made the decision to conclude the investigation prematurely as the snowstorm arrived sooner and more intensely than anticipated. Following our departure, Amy reflected on her experiences in the nursery.
The second time it went off, it was pointed away from me, but it was still pointed into the kids' room because I didn't want to get anything that was coming in, you know?
Yeah.
But that one, it went off and it stopped. And it went off and it stopped. And it went off and it stopped. And then it started going off like it was going off before, you know.
After we returned home and began reviewing the footage, we were puzzled by what Amy had captured while setting up the static camera. The intriguing story unfolds as Amy luckily pressed record, leading to the discovery of a fascinating anomaly. This mysterious entity enters from the right side of the screen, glides to the left before vanishing. Moments later, it reappears, darting past Amy on her left, exhibiting movements reminiscent of a bird or a bat, yet distinctly different. It then transforms into a worm-like shape, eventually dissipating into the wall. Noteworthy is the anomaly's self-sustaining energy akin to an orb. Upon its second appearance, as it flies over Amy, you might notice it seemingly chasing something. As it fades into the wall, it emits a bright light before disappearing entirely. Even more validating, when we presented this video to the hospital owner, it left him perplexed after viewing it. This was because just 4 days prior, the hospital security footage had captured a similar anomaly when two individuals passed by the security camera. Initially dismissed as a piece of lint, the owner is now puzzled by the recurrence of this anomaly in our footage. What are your thoughts? As we bring our paranormal investigation to a close, our return to familiar grounds has reignited paranormal activity. Despite the snowstorm that briefly halted our exploration, tonight's experience was merely the tip of the iceberg, unveiling significant activity in this particular setting. We express our sincere appreciation to the Harriman Hospital staff for their collaboration and sharing of evidence. Amy and I are eagerly looking forward to embarking on a third investigation soon. To all who have followed us on this journey and made it to the end of this investigation, thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed yet, we encourage you to do so to stay updated on our future explorations. Thank you for being a part of this adventure with us.